Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. Want to see how we can look for chart. If we refer to our analysis in my last video, when the price exactly was within this move, exactly here, we mentioned if we want to look for buy, we need to get the correction, okay? Then we have a more explanation how we can look at the chart. Anyway, as we can see, this one turned to a deeper correction, and at least we can look for 3 waves. Now we want to see whether we can look for buy or not, okay? That means right now if we get any trade setup for buy, we will take it. Already we have a flat, and any trade for buy from now we consider as a short term in relative to this. We want to see the breakout of this zone, which is even if we get any trade, the first target, as I mentioned, is a short term. We're looking for the 36950 following by 37520. Okay, this is where either we use it as a target, or if the price take any of these levels, this is where we start to manage our trades. Okay, then from there we want to see whether the price can break this zone or continue or not, because as I mentioned in my last analysis, as I explained, I mentioned that there is a possibility the price can continue and that we will get a bigger correction as a flat and the price drop. Maybe this is not the start of the up move. Okay, that maybe we get one move up, then the price drop. That means we will be within this flat. That's why I call it the short-term trade. And even we've explained, it depends how fast this goes. If it turns to a corrective move, even if we get a trade, for sure we take out the trade or move or stop loss in break even. Okay, that's mean right now we're looking at this correction. If we get any trade setup for buy, we'll take it. And we want to see the continuation as a sharp move, not the corrective move. And we don't need this line anymore. All right. In this case, we move to higher time frame. We want to see what we have based on daily chart. All right, based on daily chart, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for this one in 2 ways. Either we have this flat, and this is the start of the down move, which if the price drop, we want to see the breakout of the previous low. Then from there, we want to see how deep it can go. Okay, whether the price can break to 8500 or not. All right, or even there is a possibility the price drop and this one tend to a more complex correction. And the another one is, how about if this is the start of the up move and we can expect to get the price drop and we see the flat one move up. Even if the price reverse from here, mostly we can expect this one tend to a deeper correction. Okay, now we want to see, in just make it very simple, whether we should look for buy or sell. Because as I mentioned, we have two different ways, we can look at this correction. Okay, but mostly even if the price drop, we need, I don't think the price can be, I mean the way it's going to, if the drop, I don't think that really the price can break the one. Even if the price break the previous low, I don't think it can be sharp as what we have here. All right, even if this one we put as a flat and this is the start of the down move, I see some of the news that people they say that the price can drop to 25 or 22k. It depends. All right, that's why for me, I want to see whether the price can break 28,500 or not. Okay, and in this case we move to, but because this is the long-term trade, but whatever we are right now relying, I mean we trying to look for is a short term. And if I move to forward chart, the only things, this is the reasons why, because if you look at this one, we are within this width, and mostly this is the reasons why we have 2 ways to look at this. What if, that's mean if we get a breakout of this move, either the price can sharply move reverse or continue. All right, and no, we remove everything. As I mentioned, we want to see how we can look at this. Okay, the second option I was looking for, I wanted to put this one in relative to this for flat in relative to the first move. That means if I get any reversal for buy, this is what I'm looking for. All right, because I mentioned about the two options. Right now I'm looking at the second option, but as I mentioned, based on 1 hour chart, if you want to look for buy based on 1 hour, I mentioned it's a short-term trade, because if you want to put this move in relative to this, internally what I see from the forward chart, I see the flat. That's why maybe this one can turn to a deeper move. It turns to flat as a first correction for one more drop. Now the question is whether the price can retest the previous low or not. It doesn't matter because it's still we could look for flat. Any reversal, we can look for buy. All right. This is the bigger picture we're looking for. That's why even based on 1 hour chart, maybe we cannot get the trade setup for buy because and the price can drop without giving us a trade setup. All right. But for sell, we are not really, we are not really interested to look for unless we get really proper confirmation, proper trade setup that can give us a confirmation for continuation. But what I want to say is that if we want to look for buy based on 1 hour chart, we need to be quite careful about this. What I see here based on 4 hour chart, I see the flat can turn to correction relative to this move for one more drop. Then after we get one more drop, if we get this down move, that means if the price didn't reverse from here and mostly cannot reverse, that means if we get one more drop, then from there we can make a decision whether this one can retest the previous low and from there is a continuation, or we can look for reversal. Okay, that means this is what we're looking for. We want to get at least this one turn to flat, the price drop, we put these two in relative to each other. If we get a reversal, we take the trade, and the next one we can retest, the price can retest the previous stop. Okay, this is what I'm looking for right now. It doesn't mean the price, how about it doesn't mean the price cannot drop. But if I get the reversal, I will take the trade. If I want us to look for sell, I need to see the confirmation. Based on 4 hour chart, what I see here right now, I see this flat. And mostly I can expect the price to give me drop. Whether this is the start of the down move or not, we cannot confirm yet. That's why if we want to look for trade, for buy, we need to see the reversal. Okay. And I'm not going to trade for the breakout of these lines at all. Okay, as I mentioned, we can expect the price to drop and reverse as well. All right, now how are we going to look for trade? We just move to 1 hour chart, and right now I'm looking at this correction. If the price start to drop from here, we just let it go. Even if you want to look for sell, the only times you can look for sell if you see the sharp move flag. Selling even at that time is not really good. That's why I just let the price retest the previous low. Then from there, I will see whether I can look for reversal or continuation. Then from there, I make a decision whether we should look for buy or not. But if the price drops some more, it turns to a correction. If I get any reversal for short-term trade, we can look for buy. Any buy from here is a short-term trade because we are more clear, we are really clear about this flat. In the long term, we want to see what will happen. Right now, we are not going to discuss. Just right now, we want to see if we get a buy within this range, we take it. If there is a continuation, we keep. If not, we start to manage it. Then from there, we want to see whether we want to be the price can drop or not. That means if we want to look for sell, if the price drop from here, we won't get really good trade setup for sell. The best things if we get one more up, that means if we get the buy, then if we try to manage, then from there, if we get the sell, it can give us better opportunity to sell from there. That means if I want to, if I want to look for sell, I need to get one more up. I see the bigger picture. Then from there, I will sell. Selling from here, even if the price drop, I don't think we can get a really good trade setup. It doesn't mean the price cannot drop. It doesn't mean the price cannot drop. The only thing is how we can look for trade. Okay, then what we are looking for right now, the only thing is if we get any trade setup for buy as a short term, we will take it. And we want to see whether the price can break this zone or not. This is the only things. Then from there, we can make a decision whether there is a continuation or the price can drop. And based on the bigger picture, we mentioned how we can look at the chart and what we are looking for. Okay, either the price, if I move to for the daily chart, either the price is going to drop and break the previous low or even reverse. We don't need to care right now. The only thing is how we can trade based on 1 hour chart. Then from there, we see what's the next because we know about all different possibility. Then from there, we start to manage. Okay. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.